This is TAC Talk, Teens Advancing Conversations.
Hi, welcome to today's episode of TAC Talk. I'm Jaden.
And I'm Anaya.
And today we're interviewing Gabby Suver, a professional triathlete, a graduate from USF, and a resident of Claremont. So could you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure, yeah. I just turned professional in triathlon last year.
Okay.
Kind of started as a runner in college at USF. I kind of ran there for a little bit and raced bikes and kind of morphed into a triathlete.
Yeah.
I'm also a teacher. I teach at the Digital Academy of Florida online school.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, could you explain a bit more what exactly an Ironman is and what it entails?
Yeah, so right now I've kind of been specializing in the Ironman distance of triathlon. So it's a type of triathlon. It's where you swim 2.4 miles, and then you bike 112 miles, and then you run 26.2 miles.
Wow.
At the end.
So is there any, sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
Is there any specific of the three that you prefer or that you've been doing longer?
I would say lately I've been really liking the run. Like it kind of changes.
Yeah.
Like some seasons I'm all about the bike and like the bike is awesome and that's my strength and I love it. And then right now I'm in a season where I'm really loving the run. So it kind of changes, but I do enjoy all three.
Yeah.
But right now, like the run's kind of been like on the high.
So what I was wondering is because triathletes, I know they practice 3 different like sports. What's your like training process behind it? Because I'm assuming it must be like a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good question. So for swimming, I usually try to swim 16 to 20,000 yards a week. So I kind of split them up into 4 to 5 swims. So Mondays I kind of swim on my own. Tuesday, Thursdays I've been swimming with the Claremont Lake Gators swim team. They swim at the NTC, National Training Center. So I'll do that. They have like a super early morning practice, like 6 a.m. So I'll do that before work. And then Fridays they do like an open water swim practice.
Yeah.
So we'll swim at Lake Mineola, like early in the morning. So swims 4 to 5, and then Saturday sometimes I'll throw in a swim. For running, I want to say I run about 4 times a week too. Like two runs during the week are kind of like workout focused, like a tempo run or mile repeats or something like that. Like a speed workout, and then on the weekends I do all my long stuff. Like that's pretty much I just train all weekend because I can't really do long stuff during the week. But so I'll do a long run Saturday or Sunday, and then a run off the bike.
So with the training, I know there also comes like the rest periods. So how exactly do you balance like rest with the amount of training that you put in like per week?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a coach too. So my coach kind of puts in recovery weeks into my training build. So every 4th week usually is a recovery week. So like my training's kind of lower, intensity is a bit lower. And then just kind of on my own, like day-to-day recovering, making sure I'm sleeping enough. Sleeping's huge. Your body does the most repair and rebuilding when you're sleeping. So I try to be like lights out in bed by 8 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
So super early. And then I also have these like boots. They're like big blow up boots that you put your legs in, and it's kind of like they expand and it's a massage.
Wow.
They're amazing.
Oh, wow.
So I'll kind of chill in those and like every day.
Is there anything that you would say keeps you motivated or keeps your drive going to do all of that stuff?
Let's see. Well, I mean, I do have some goals in the sport, so definitely having goals kind of helps keep me going. But also just I enjoy the sport. The community is awesome, and the people in it, and then just everyone's just so encouraging. of each other. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I just, I want to do my best. I want to keep improving and keep raising the bar and trying to find my potential in the sport.
So I know that you mentioned earlier that you are a teacher. So I was wondering, how is it that you balance your teaching schedule with like your training?
Very tricky.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of planning.
Okay.
So I have to be a planner. So I have to be like super organized and structured, and I'll plan things ahead of time. So if I have a bike workout tomorrow before work, like I'll set up everything the night before. Like I'll have my hydration ready, I'll have my bike kit already picked out, everything ready to go the night before, so that I can just hop on the bike as soon as I get up and get it done before.
So what like advice would you give to anybody who is willing to like try a sport, but maybe they're not like, I guess they don't feel ready, or they don't know what they have to do for it yet, or like things of that matter?
Yeah, definitely working with a coach or working with someone who's in the sport helps a lot.
Okay.
I was thankful to have a friend when I first kind of started getting into triathlon. She helped me a lot. Like she even let me borrow her helmet, like, and she taught me how to drink out of my water bottle while like still biking and stuff like that. So it really helps to get plugged in somewhere, either with a club or a friend who's into that, or a coach. Especially when you're just kind of getting started, because there's a lot to learn. Like I'm still learning. But like there's a lot of clubs. Claremont Tri Club is in the area. They do a lot for beginners. And then just staying consistent. I mean, it took me a really long time to get to where I'm at right now, like performance-wise and physically. So just kind of sticking with it is the biggest advice I can say.
So I know before you came in, you mentioned that you ran a race this morning and you actually won. So how was that experience?
Whew, it was a rough one today. Well, I just did Ironman Lake Placid like a couple weeks ago, so my body's still kind of recovering from it. Yeah. But this race was like a mile from my house, so it's like it's right there.
Did you run to the race?
I biked to the race.
Yeah.
I just loaded up my backpack and just rolled down. But yeah, it was fun. It was a tough day. I just kind of tried to get through it and have fun seeing familiar faces, and the heat index was super high today.
Yeah, I could imagine.
So it was just kind of managing that the whole day and just making it to the finish line.
I know that you have to put a lot of work into taking care of yourself while maintaining other things, of course. So what sacrifices would you say you've had to make to be able to compete in your sport?
Yeah, sleep. It's been hard. It's hard sometimes. Like it can get a little stressful and overwhelming. Especially like honestly, this last week has been super stressful and overwhelming for me. Because I'm kind of getting back into work, and after having the whole summer off and like just training, it's been great. So now it's like I'm trying to get back into that, and it's rough sometimes. So I do sacrifice late like nights. Like I can't really go out and do much after work, or as much as I would like to, like socially. Or like do a lot of fun things, because I gotta be in bed by 8. So that's been a little hard sometimes. And then the weekends, like they're pretty much all training. So, or if I want to do something like Sunday, if I want to go to church, I have to get up like at 5 in the morning to get my run done and then go. And so it's hard sometimes. Yeah.
Do you ever see a point in your life in the future where you're not, your main focus isn't triathlon or competing in a sport?
Not sure yet. I mean, maybe like in the far distant future. But I mean, even though there's a lot of sacrifices to be made, I still I love the sport and I love what I do. So for me, it's worth it.
Well, our last question for you is just if you have or could come up with a question to ask each of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little twist, so that you get to be the interviewer.
Yeah.
All right.
And it could be anything. It could be random. It could be anything you want.
Yeah. Okay. So, are y'all involved in any sports?
I am not.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Although I'm kind of interested in possibly joining my cross-country team, but I'm not sure yet. So, yeah.
I was also thinking of doing volleyball, but for me in Florida, it's just very, very hot. That's the thing that's making me not as wanting to do a sport.
Yeah. Well, I thought volleyball is usually indoors.
It is indoors, but it's just hot. It's all the heat everywhere. Plus, with school and stuff, I feel like it's just a lot of extra time that goes into a sport.
Yeah, it's the time management part that makes it a little bit difficult.
I hear that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you for coming on, and thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can find us at Thrive Claremont, or you can visit our website, thriveclaremont.org.